Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I'll be showing you how I created this baggy Ankara pants. So if this is what you're interested in, please watch the video to the end. And so without wasting much of our time, let's get started already. So this is the fabric we'll be working with. It is called Ankara fabric, as I earlier mentioned. I have here 6 yards of it, but I'll be making use of 3.5 yards for the purpose of this tutorial. Hey guys, so I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two, and the measurement for it while it is on fold is about 22 inches. So I'm going ahead to just mark a line at the top of my fabric, which is going to serve as a starting point for me. So yeah, for this trouser I'm going to have a band. As you can see, it had a waistband while I was putting it on. So I'll be taking out 2.5 inches from my measurement tape from the top. So instead of placing my tape from the starting point, I'm going to take out 2.5 inches and just mark the full length of my pants. And for me, the full length of my pants is 41 inches, but I'm adding 2 extra inches, making it 43 inches for stitching allowance for my hemline and also the joining of my waistband. So I'm just going ahead to just cut out or to mark out the full length of my pants. After that, just to be sure that my starting point is visible, I'll go ahead to just mark it again. So still leaving the tape at that 2.5 inches mark, I'll go ahead to mark my waist to my hip line. My waist to hip is 10 inches, and after that I'll come down from that 10 inches mark that I have point that I have marked. I'm coming down by 4 inches for my crouch line. And now this is a baggy short, okay, so I'm using 4 inches because I do not want my pants to be tight in any way, so that's why. So from this folded center, I'll come out by my hip measurement, and my hip measurement is 9.25. So I'm going to add extra 7 inches to make it 16.5 or 16 inches or thereabout. So but basically I'm just coming out by 7 extra inches from my hip measurement. So I'm going ahead to mark that on the hip line and on the crouch line. I'll just go ahead to join all my lines together, just like what you're seeing me do now. So from that crouch line, I'm coming out by 4 inches. I'm going to be using that for my crouch depth. So I'm just going ahead to now unite all my marks together, and from that point I'll just go ahead to just mark it all the way down. Yeah, so basically, the making of this trouser is quite simple. Since it's not a fitted trouser, the legs are wide, so that's why I'm marking it the way you're seeing me do. So from the other end, from the center, I'll just mark a straight line all the way down to the hemline of our trouser, of our pants. Just go ahead to just mark all the way down. After which I'll just go ahead to just use my scissors to just follow all the lines and just cut out our pants. So after cutting out the front, we'll be using the front piece to cut out the back part of our pants. So just fold your fabric again into two. Make sure it is wider by 2 inches and place your front part on top of the folded fabric. So from the crouch area, from that crouch top, you see where I placed my tape, measure 1.5 inches above and just connect it to the center. That center is going to be the side by the time we cut out our pants, and just add 2 inches all the way from the crouch area, I mean from the center of the trouser. Just add 2 inches all the way down from the top to the bottom of the trouser. See how I'm just adding 2 inches extra. So the back of a pants is usually wider by 2 extra inches. So just cut it out exactly the way I'm cutting it out. Okay, there's something I did here. So I wanted the tip from the back and the front crouch line to be equal. So you see what I did? I just went ahead to just make sure they are on a straight line together. I really don't know how to explain it, but I hope you can see what I did there. So I'll just go ahead to cut the side of our back open like this. So the next thing we'll go ahead now to do is to cut out the pockets. So from the side, I'm going to place my tape, leaving that 2.5 inches for the band, and I came down by 6 inches. So from that 6 inches area, I still came down again by 7 inches. Now this is how wide my pocket is going to be. So I'll just go ahead to just make a notch by that 6 inches, then again to the other side I marked, which is 7 inches. This is where I'm going to be stitching my pocket to from the side of the pant. So I just want to make sure that they are well placed. Just start from that area that you notched, from the 6 inches you came down by. Just place your fabric together. So you're going to be cutting out 4 of this for the two sides of the pocket. Now it all depends on how deep you want your pocket to be, but I think if you just go in and just carefully just create a curve the way you're seeing me do, but it's going to be 7 inches wide, but just make it deep however you want it and just cut out your pocket like this. So guys, I noticed my voice is a bit cracked. It happened just before I started recording this video, so that's why I'm not speaking my usual way. I really don't know what happened. Yeah, so I've gone ahead to just cut out my pockets. So after cutting it out, you see how it's looking, but make sure you're cutting out 4 pieces. So this is how you're going to place your pockets, like right sides facing each other. From that notched area you just place it. I'll just go ahead and stitch it offline. I'll show you after I am done with that. So now I want to go ahead to stitch the crouch area with 1 inch stitching allowance. I was supposed to film the full video, but I'm sorry, I had issues while I was filming, but I hope to show you how it's going to be looking like when I'm done. So yeah, this is how it is. So I stitched down the crouch area using 1 inch allowance, and the pockets I used ½ inch to just stitch down. So this is the back and the front. So right now what I want to do is to go and hem my trouser bottom before I go ahead to join it from the sides. I like to do that before I join it from the sides. Join the crouch and the side of the trouser. I'll be doing that offline also. And after that, now what I want to do is to join my trouser from the crouch. You hold the back and the front together. Use your pin to hold, make sure the center is aligned together. So you make a stitch from one side of one center to the end. Afterwards, I'll now go ahead to join the sides of my trouser, and for me to do that, see how my hand is moving, join it using 1 inch from the sides. So now after I was done with that, I went ahead to measure my waistline, the round measurement of my trouser. So I'll just go ahead to just take the round measurement of this trouser to cut out the band for this trouser. So after I measured it, I think I had about one full tape and 10 inches extra for the round measurement of this trouser. That was how long it was. So I went ahead to cut out the band for this trouser. So we'll be using elastic as well, elastic band as well. So after that, I went ahead to cut out the elastic band for this trouser, and for this elastic I think I forgot to measure how wide the elastic band is, but the elastic band is smaller than the 5 inches band I cut out. So what I did is to cut out the width of my sorry, how wide my waist measurement, round waist measurement, which was 27 inches. Well, I'm going ahead to use 25 inches, take away 2 inches. I'm going to have to use 25 inches for the band. So now after that, I went ahead to now stitch the band I cut out. So you see it is placed left sides facing each other. So just go ahead to use half inches to stitch the band all the way down. So this is 2.5, 2.5, making it 5 inches in total. So by the time you use half inches to just sew down, you have 4 inches band there. So from one hand, you use your safety pin to just hold down the elastic band and pass it through to the other end of the band like this. So after you put it through to the other side, you have it looking like this. It's now ruffled. So this is my band I'm going to be attaching to my pants. So you want to secure the other end of the band as well so that it doesn't get back into the band. Now, so after getting my waistband ruffled, or after getting it done with the elastic, this is how it's looking. So the next thing we want to do now is to join it to my trouser, to my pants. So um now I'm just going to now join it. So see what I'm doing here. Like I told you, my elastic band was smaller than the waistband, the band I cut out, the fabric I cut out for the band. So now you're going to now avoid the elastic band. At this point when you're pinning it down, you have to avoid the elastic band. That is the only way this band is going to get to the end of the trouser. You understand? So just pin it all through down, pin it all through down. When you pin it, make sure to leave little band unpinned. Like don't pin all the band to the trouser itself, because we'll be using that for the finishing of this trouser. Just pin it and leave about 1 inch 2 inches band unpinned from the two sides. Just leave it like that. So right now we just go over to the sewing machine and just stitch it down. The area that we have pinned, now we'll just go over to the sewing machine and just stitch it down. You see what? Now after I was done, I wanted to be sure that my waist band, like the waist, is actually going to be my size. So from the look of things, I noticed that I just felt that the waist was going to be a bit bigger than I imagined. So I had to draw out the elastic band at this point to just be sure that this waist is going to be fitted by the time I was done. So before going ahead to stitch already, I just, to be on the safe side, just drag or just take out a little of the elastic, before pinning it down. So yeah, after I was done, I went ahead to just stitch my trouser on my sewing machine. Now the areas you pin is where you're going to be stitching on, using half inch all the way down to the other side. So I'm almost done stitching, but you see that extra band that we didn't pin together from the both sides. This is what we have. We have it looking like this because we've not finished stitching it. But here we need to stylishly join it together so that by the time we are done with this pant, it's going to look neat and beautiful. So here what I did here is to hold my band from the both sides. They are going to be held together, right sides facing each other. So I'll just go ahead now to join the band first separately. So just look at what I am doing. I hope you understand what I'm doing here. Yeah, so basically I'm just going to join my band first independently before I go ahead to join it to the body of the pants, like the way I have done with the other part. So yeah, I'm just double stitching to be sure that it's going to be held perfectly, after which I went ahead to just cut it off with my scissors. And so I'm just going to cut it off. If you notice, my fabric was losing a lot. So yeah, after I was done joining my band together separately, I then went ahead now to hold it down to the waist. So at this point you need to stretch your band. You're stretching it so that whatever is left from your pants is going to fit into the band. So when you're sewing, you make sure you're stretching your band to fit into whatever um, amount of waste that is left. So at this point, but me, I didn't have too much allowance from the waist, so that's why I didn't need to stretch it so much. So because I took the right measurement for my waist and my band before cutting it out. So yeah, our pants is already done. So this is the end result of my pants. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please do well to subscribe so you get notified whenever I drop a new video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.